Greetings, everybody. Welcome to tonight's epic installment of the Bard Art. This is your girl, Lundy. Formula 51 presents the Bard Art Tonight. Tonight, we got Q Burrows on. He's my GOAT, just all around everything right now, how we're doing. So we're going to wait for him to call in. But I'm going to do a little introduction first. Just shout out to everybody that listens and supports Formula 51, that supports me, Bard Art, me and Kev Battle. You know, it's been, I'm going to say, I use the word journey a lot, but, yeah, I'm still on it. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to thank everybody who's been genuine, that supports what it is that we do over here. You know what I'm saying? I want to support everybody that's passionate in what they do. I salute everybody in their endeavors. There's no hate over here. You know, so tonight is an epic show. You know, where do I begin? All right. So shout out to my PR. My PR is the best PR on the planet, just with everything that's going on, with the audio, the visual, you know what I'm saying, the setup of what it is that I need for him to do, you know what I'm saying, and I love him very much for everything that he's doing. So shout out to my PR. I just got a little intro. Shout out to my nations of gods and earths and everybody that's, you know, all my sevens, my 17s. Yes, I'm a member of the 5% Nation, and yes, I'm an earth, and yes, this is what it is. You know, anything that can be said is not going to take that away from me. So shout out to everybody. Peace and blessings to them. Just peace and blessings to everybody in this movement. All right, so where do I start? Hollow, yo. All right, let me just say this, too. I'm not biased. When it comes to just battle rap, you know what I'm saying, or just, okay, we're going to speak on battle rap because this is what the show is about tonight. Speaking about battle rap, you understand what I'm saying? You know, I'm not biased. I have who my favorites are, and then I have who, you know what I'm saying, who I speak about, who I interview, and there's been the greats on this show, exclusive after exclusive. But when it comes to just any endeavor or sport or just anything that it is that you set out to do in life, it's an evolvement process. Evolvement, not involvement, evolvement process. You should start at entry level and make your way up to the top. And this is what I feel that Hollow has done. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, just everything about, you know, just the progression. That word is not used a lot. Preference is, progression is not. So Hollow is someone that, in my opinion, you know, I'm going to keep saying that because I don't want nobody to have a certain kind of feeling way about what it is that I'm going to say tonight. And at this point, I don't care. But, you know, a progression, you know, and that's what it is for me. You know, just Grind Time Hollow was him in his rawest form. You understand what I'm saying? Just, you know, to see the hunger, just to see someone that just epitomizes at the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Just and continue to expand on that. And, you know, greatness and then expand on that is something that's rarely done out here. So salute to him for just everything, and I can't wait to build with him. I got people on the line. I'm going to let y'all know now. I'm going to go through the list. There's a lot of people that's on hold. I'm going to go through the list. And, you know, if it's not Hollow, y'all going to have to wait. My apologies. But, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying, you know, this is my time with him. So, y'all, hold on. I got a 603. I'm going to bring them on. 603, you live on air with the board. Who's this? Okay. 603, you can boot it off. Okay, I got my PR. PR. Hello?
Hello?
How did I hear? Oh, come on now. We don't got time to be playing.
Yeah.
I gave you a shout out already. I'm putting you on hold. On mute. Or mute your phone or do whatever you got to do. That's my PR, everybody. All right, I got a 347-714. Huh? Hold on. 347, you live on air with the Bardo. Who's this?
Greetings, Earth. This LT.
What's up? All right. Hi, God. What's up, Seven?
What's up? I'm just showing you support. Do your thing.
No, I know you do. I mean, I got you. Just hold on, all right? 646-489, you live on air with the Bardo. Who's this? 646? Okay, 646, I'm dropping you to the wolves because you're not saying nothing. Okay, back to what I was saying. You know, just, how can I put it? Okay, you know, just being from Queens is just something that's an honor. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm waiting for Kev Battle to call, and that's my point. He represents, it's me and Kev Battle tonight. That's it. Okay, he represents Cali, Oakland, the Bay Area. It's a lot of love for Hollow. It's a lot of love for battle rap out there. You know what I'm saying? Kev got a specific story that he want to talk about briefly, you know, in regards to how, you know, he showed love to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? But he's very, very, you know, he's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people I know right now holding a, sign about me and my bias. It ain't bias, it's facts. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm a female that I don't, but there's no hair on my tongue. I'm going to say what I want to say, but it will definitely be, you know what I'm saying, in his best interest. You know what I'm saying? He got the time to say whatever he wants to say because that's what he projected, you know what I'm saying, on the timeline. So we're going to give him, we piggybacking off of him tonight. Usually it'd be, you know what I'm saying, letting, me kind of like formulating or structure a little bit, but nah, he got something that he wants to say. He want to say it real quick, so this is what we're going to do. So shout out to everybody that's on the line. All right, I'm going to bring my P on. Let me see who else is on the line. All right, just call back. 646, you live on air with the Bardo. Who's speaking? Okay, they hung up. Lord, what's going on? Yo, check this out. I'm going to be nice. All right, if you're going to call my show to build with Hollow, all right, you're going to have to wait. If you call to build my show, to call my show to support, that's what it's about. Other than that, if you're calling from a block number, if you're calling from a block number, 111 number, and you didn't give me no kite that you calling from the island, you're not getting on air, period, because I know it ain't up with some trolls. So we're not doing that tonight. So now I got this 347 calling back.
So we got a 111.
Yeah, no, I see that. 347-946, you on air live with the Bardo. Who's this?
Yo, what's going on? It's Mr. I'm in the building.
I know. What's going on, Sarah? What's up, King? All right. Thank you for calling in. That's what's good.
Yeah, now.
That's what's good. I'm just waiting for Hollow to call in. Thank y'all. Thank you. And thank you, Sheila Battle Rap. Everybody that support me on that team and from over there, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right, now, I got a I got a 1111 call. I'm going to bring them on. Hopefully it's Hollow. If it's not, you're getting deaded. You live on air with the Bardo. Who's this? They hung up. Yo, find something better else to do with your time, yo. Real talk. But anyway, back to what I was saying about Hollow. Just in regards to just, to watch him evolve. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all all on the line. You know what I'm saying? We can speak briefly because once he come on, I'm dead and all of y'all. That's how that's going to rock because it's about me and him. I even got Flawless. I got people calling in from the UK. I'm going to bring him on. Flawless, what's going on, King?
What's going on, Queen? You good? I didn't know you was going to click me in. I was just going to listen in. What's happening, though?
Okay. Everything's good. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for calling. I'm just waiting for Howard to call in so we can, we could piggyback and he do what he do. Just going into a little intro about him, you know what I'm saying, and me doing a little introduction. But other than that, everything's cool on this side. How's everything over there in London? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, I'm from Manchester, by the way. I ain't from London. But it's all right.
Cool.
We forgive you, baby. We forgive you, baby. It's all good. Yeah, everything's blessed over here. Like I said, I seen you tweeting me and whatnot, and I seen Hollow was on, so I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to tune into this. I was like, yeah, even though it's late over here, it's like, going to tune in and support, see what's going on.
Yeah. Yes, I appreciate you, love, and appreciate you always for that. All right, y'all, so let me just finish doing my intro real quick. For me, like I said, as far as anyone's endeavors, you know what I'm saying, it's about evolving. The goal is the progression he has. Me and PR were talking earlier about his first battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, people may equate someone's first battle, remember, to when they might have first picked up on the battler. But, Howard's first battle was a 2-on-2 he did, jump off battle league, so, and that, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And just to be relevant, you know what I'm saying, all these years later, it's greatness, and there's nothing that no one can say to take away from that. You understand what I'm saying? Just the fact of how strategic he is when he picks his battles. You understand what I'm saying? The skill is and people may call it whatever you want to call it about what I'm saying about it, but it's a fact that can't be disputed. That man, I swear, is like, it's a little bit of everything. You understand what I'm saying? And it's unpredictable. It's maybe some things that he could do that we ain't even see him do yet, based on who he's battling. You know what I'm saying? And I would also say this, in regards to just people on the timeline, on social media saying, oh, he got to battle this person, just saying that period in regards to just who they may want to see. I'm going to need y'all to stop saying that. Whoever got the music, turn that down, please. In regards to saying who got to battle who, you only saying that because you might want to see that battle. Hollow is the only person, in my opinion, and I'm saying that don't got to battle nobody else no more. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's about being strategic in regards to taking what it is that you feel that you can gain from the battle, but not, overall. You know what I'm saying? Not just the money or the views, but, what are you gaining from it? You know what I'm saying? There's only one person that I feel that he should battle, and that's Shotty Hara. Like, Lux, at first I was kind of pushing for that because they compare Shotty they call Shotty Hara the Lux of, of the UK. But in all actuality, if Lux go over to London and battle, you know what I'm saying, it would be just Lux going over here to battle. You understand what I'm saying? For me, I can definitely see and know that Hollow will go over there and steal that crowd. You going into Shotty Hara, into his, to his space and take his crowd. Hollow can adjust and adapt to that. So at the end of the day, that's the only person I could see in battling. Everybody's calling for Mook. I get it, and then again I don't. But, it is what it is. But y'all saying that he got to battle these niggas. He don't got to battle nobody. He didn't did what he was supposed to do, as far as, in my opinion, as a career. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about for me. So I'm going to just go down the line and ask y'all, the ones that I have on the line, what y'all think in regards to what I just said. All right, PR, I'm going to ask you. Keep it brief.
Everything you just said, I agree 100%. You said it more better than I could say it, so I definitely appreciate you just expressing it, and you just said it.
Okay. LT?
Yeah, in regards to Hollow and Mook, I think it would be more so the case that Mook would have to battle Hollow. I think you're right. Hollow don't have to battle nobody at this point. He did it all.
Right. All right. T, what you think? Mr. I'm in the building.
Yo. All right, peep game. I disagree. I think every top tier, no matter what, it's a sport, man. You know what I'm saying? And in order to be the best, you're supposed to beat the best. I watched Hollow grow, you know what I'm saying, ever since Fight Club. And his evolved, how he's evolved to me is retarded. So, and personally, me, I just want to see somebody murder Mook, to be honest with you. I never really liked Mook Too Tough because he would write for everybody, but at the end of the day, he changed the face of battle rap, you know what I'm saying, and made it more constructive to where now you got to create bars and that, you know what I'm saying, in actuality to kill your opponent. So, like when he went against Lux, I loved it because I gave him the win, hands down, for rebuttal purposes and just for the fact that he just dug in and he's just so versatile. So I would want to see him. I mean, technically speaking, he doesn't have to, but it would be good. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think that he should, just for the simple fact that since everybody calls Mook the GOAT, this, that, and the third, shut it down and kill all the noise once and for all.
Okay, hold on. I got my partner, my co-host that's calling in. We still waiting for Howard to call in, but I just like the fact that I'm building with these kings. Yeah, I build with men. I don't know. It's just a comfortability thing with me. Females. Only one female. She loves battle rap, and Queen Angelique are like the only females that know that get on air and Novella too that can get on air and we could just spar and just talk knowledgeable about what it is that we are discussing. This is my partner. This is Formula 50. This is the other half of Formula 51. This is Kev. Hold on, y'all. Yo.
We in the building, man. First, let me apologize to y'all for being late, man. I'm actually at work as we speak, but I wasn't going to miss this show. You know what I'm saying? So life getting away, but I had to tune in for this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm done talking. Let's do this shit. Let's get into it, man. What I missed?
Okay, wait a minute.
Talk to me.
Okay. Well, you didn't miss Howard. He didn't call in yet. I have a panel. Not just have panels of people that I fuck with heavy. Men that I fuck with heavy. You know what I'm saying? I just did a little introduction in regards to how I feel. You know, saying in regards to just Hollow and his journey. I use that word a lot, Kev. You know what I mean? And just how I feel. In regards to him. In the beginning, like the alpha and omega of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then just the word progression. Just with anything that we set out to do. You're supposed to progress in it. You have someone who may be comfortable with being stagnant in what it is that they do because the money may be good, or and they're not getting anything from it. But then, like I said before, with battlers, I don't come at all battlers about that, because it may be some battlers, or I'm gonna say artists, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of them do music as well, But at the end of the day, you know, it may be not what that person may want out of it. You know what I'm saying? For me, whatever Hollow, you know what I'm saying, wanted out of it, he's definitely getting what out of it, and for me, that's what it's about. So if it may be somebody that may just come in a battle rap as a stepping stone, or may just come because they got the passion to battle. If that's what they only they want out of it, and that's what they're gonna get, then that's fine. You got people who want battlers to force themselves, you know, like they be coming out born. I fucking hate that, yo. That man is great, you know what I'm saying? It may not be his time, you know, he got to, you know, when that is talking about his career's over, that man's career's over when he say it's over. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just for Hollow to get whatever he wants out of it, he's obviously doing that. I call him the GOAT for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? So basically that's what it was. It was just, you know, a panel, and I was just saying in regards to me saying that he don't got to battle nobody no more. You know, like except for Shotty. We had this discussion, but how you feel about that? I just feel in regards to him going into, you know what I'm saying, he battled in London, him and Pat, but that was like, you know, neutral. You know what I'm saying? It was a mixed crowd. It wasn't him going into someone else's home and taking that crowd or just with a whole bunch of Shotty, you know, fans. You know, Hollow, for me, that's something that, you know, would be something that he probably could do. You know, he don't got to battle nobody else, in my opinion. How do you feel about that?
No, I mean, it's like as long as you love what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like the rest of the shit will take care of it. You'll see the passion and the extra time that you put into your craft to be great. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not about the money. It's just about you doing what you love. Like there's so many people that say, I hate going to work. And I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? Getting up, going to work is so fucking irritating. But when you have a career, you have something that you want to do, something that you can look forward to when you get up, and it's just, I'm going to do this and I'm going to love it and be good at it. That's what creates great battlers, great artists, or, you know what I mean? It don't even have to be music. It's just life, period. When you put your all into something and you definitely, you know, you striving for greatness, you'll see it back on the back end. All your hard work will pay off. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your time or not, you know what I'm saying? But if you focused on what you're doing and putting out a good product and knowing that as a person that's in a position of being a role model, that it's mad consumers out here, you always got to, you know what I mean, try to, I would say, oblige to the, you know, the consumers and how they feel, and like as fans, and you know what I mean. So like, just love into your craft, create longevity in the shit that Hollow is doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the perfect blueprint or example for, you know, anybody coming into the battle world that want, you know, longevity. He done been on every league. He done battled him about everybody, and like, to be honest, Hollow really don't have no clear losses. Like, you know what I mean? I argue with my boy all the time. Shout out my boy Briscoe. I know he's listening. I argue with him all the time about the Averb and Hollow battle. And a lot of people don't count that battle because it's only 2 rounds. But, like, that's just homework. Like we talk about what we say every week.
Kev, hold on, because I got another call, and I'm trying to make sure that it's not Hollow.
Okay.
Nah. Hold on. This is another 1111. This person, you've been on hold for 10 minutes. I hope it's not Hollow. If it is, but I did ask him. You live on air with the Bardo. Who's this? They hung up, see? That's the troll shit I be talking about. And I'm a lady on top of every... No, first and foremost, I'm an earth and a mother. But I'm a lady. Yo, I'm going to just get this kite to the trolls. Yo, if you want to listen to the show without your private number showing up, just click on the link, dweeb. You keep calling up here, and your number keep coming up, and I'm putting you on because Hollow might call from a private number. I don't know right now. So instead of doing all of that, yo, just go to the link on the blog talk and click on it, and then I don't got to see the shit, and I don't have to waste a couple of seconds addressing it. Word. Anyway, shout out to, okay, I got a 304 number. I'm bringing them on too. Greetings, you live on there with the Bardo. Who's speaking?
Oh, what's going on? You know what to do. She loves better after going live.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Eddie.
What's up?
All right, y'all.
How you
I'm
doing?
waiting for Hollow to call in. Y'all, when Hollow call in, all of y'all all muting all of y'all. Because it's going to be me and him and Kev. No, for real. But, Queen, thank you so much for calling in. You know I love and appreciate you. You know how we get down. So, you know, we just talking about you being from, okay, I'm gonna let Queen rock for 2 seconds because Queen is from Astoria. That's where Hollow is from. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell y'all something about Queens if y'all don't know. Queens bred stars, period. Queens is just, being from Queens is just different. Niggas in the 5 boroughs, just growing up, niggas from Manhattan hated on Queens, niggas from Brooklyn definitely hated on Queens, niggas from Staten Island hated on Queens. Niggas from everybody hated on Queens. But one thing about Queens is that all y'all niggas was traveling to Queens to come bad Queens bitches. But anyway, being from Astoria, I'm from Southside, but being from Astoria, I got family in Astoria, Ravenswood, out there. Queensbridge, definitely. Shout out my brother Tom Nitty and Havoc and all of them, Just in regards to just being from Queens, you could deal with me on this. It's just different, So, Hollow being from Queens. Go ahead, Queen.
I mean, it was always a nice thing. Like, being from Astoria, you was real close to Ravenswood. You had DJ K-Slay, and a lot of people came out of there. Yeah. Queensbridge, of course. Everybody knows Mad Heads, ball players, everything came out of there. I mean, just so you got to see stars kind of before they were stars, or you got to be a part of events before they started causing crazy events. Like, being from Queens, I went to a lot of outdoor events growing up as far as concerts. I would go to Flushing Meadows, there'll be a concert.
Yes.
Go to the park with this concert. I mean, I went with my aunts, of course, because I went to Weed Bay. Huh?
Brooklyn Queens Day at Flushing Meadow Park?
Yeah, like, so these are the type of things that I got to experience because my aunts was older than me, you feel me? And I was probably like 6, 7, like, oh my goodness. I mean, it just happened, like, you become a part, you start loving the culture for different reasons because you get to experience it. You're just not watching it pass you by on TV. Like, to some extent, you get to, be a part more than a fan.
Correct. Okay, so I'm going to ask you about Hollow. How do you feel about Hollow?
I mean, well, I feel like I feel like there's not many people that he may believe that he has to go against because his status is up there. As far as, who like this? There's a lot of people that don't do a lot of battles and they don't keep their credit. Hollow Da Don is not one of those people. Like, his fans and his following believes that there's people that should approach him and that he should be battling so he can forever take the GOAT title. So I think, it can't be something wrong with him. He obviously doing something right. He's up there as far as legendary when it comes to the bars and rebuttals. So, I mean, all props to him.
I just think that, we females, and we know what we be talking about, so we got the same kind of, thought process on a lot of things. But when it comes to just, it's not a lot of people who I feel who can create their own lane, ride their own lane, but then also, stay to who it is they are. I've seen it. We've seen niggas crash and burn trying to adjust and fit in with what's going on. Niggas start changing up their style. Hollow, right. Not like that at all, like to the left of it. You understand what I'm saying? And just, everything he can do, everything. You understand what I'm saying? And that one thing that he is the master of, and I don't care who don't fucking agree with me, he the master. I've never seen him, I've always seen him have niggas so uncomfortable. I didn't really see it. I've seen it, but I've really seen it when he had the nigga Joe Budden. He had Joe Budden uncomfortable on stage. Joe Budden looked like he looked like 2 minutes before he was going in to see his PO take a piss test. He smoked weed last week. That nigga was mad comfortable. And Hollow had him like that. Just the whole way about him walking around, you know what I'm saying, you circling him. That's how that's all part of being the overall better battler. It ain't just about how much your bars, it's about everything. Work the stage, up in your opponent's face. Niggas got away from that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all props for him, period. Hold on, I got another call on the line. Hold on, I'm bringing him on. You on live with the Barda? Who's speaking? Oh, God. Your mother. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Okay, so I have. Okay.
I have my question. Well, make sure you ask him, like, who does he think? I know he got to do Pat Stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to pick 3 battlers, like, who would he feel like is worthy to battle him? That's what I want to know. And then I want to see somebody set it up.
I agree. You know what, though? In regards to just, knowing him, it's funny when you have a situation where he, just so strategic. And when it comes to just who he picks, you know what I'm saying, strategic when it comes to, press, strategic when it comes to, he took, you know what I'm saying, an idea, a click, and turned it global and profitable. You know what I'm saying? As far as the LOM, like the brand, like, you know, and that is what it's about. You understand what I'm saying? It's what it's about. And, you know, and then just, you know, being relatable. He not Hollywood with his fans. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you have some people who may do certain things or say things. Everybody human. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him, you know, I've seen him talk, you know, to people on the timeline in a way to where, you know, it's like, damn. To where you block yourself from the nigga. Like, you know, I've never seen him get out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? And even in the battle, you know what I'm saying? So just for me, you know, yeah, he's the GOAT in my opinion. Yeah, right now, you know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to build with him. I'm still waiting for him to call in though. But okay, I got like 1,000 people on the line. What happened to Kevin? Oh, I see him. Okay, here we go with the and I'm gonna keep putting you on too. Hold on, y'all. I got another 1111 call. Hold on.
Okay.
Greetings, you on the air with the Bardo. Who's this?
This is Silence of the Lamb.
Yes. See, you gonna keep calling up here, and I'm gonna keep putting you on air. You're not saying anything. You're not doing nothing. You're not affecting anything here because I got 2 hours. Hollow asked for a specific amount of time, so I'm just waiting for him to call in. And I got a limited space for, you know, for people to call in. So it's not like it stops at 20 and then you can call in and I won't see you. Every time you call in, I'm going to see you. Like, go troll, go find Dora and Boots and go troll under a bridge, B. Doing too much. But anyway, okay, so in regards to just, I'm going to ask y'all, in regards to just, you know, the battle with Verb. Okay, what y'all think about that battle?
Why you want to go there? I don't even understand. Why is that one of your questions? You know, we know how you feel.
No, but that's not because it's a reason. It's a setup. And listen,
me personally. I don't know. It was a good battle. It was 2 rounds. It was kind of hard to judge, but that wasn't the Hollywood Verb. That was the hungry Verb. So that was it's like it's 2 different verbs right now. The verb now, fat, out of shape, all about the check. Don't want to. And I'm saying this, and this is my favorite battle rapper, and I'm just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? But you don't take enough battles serious. And like lately, he's been taking so many battles to the point where.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have another call on. I'm just waiting to see. Hold on, okay. Greetings, you're live on air with the Bardo. Who's speaking? Hello, you're live on air with the Bardo. Who's speaking?
No.
Lord, that was a 703 number. Yo, people are like, y'all can say, you know, y'all can't, listen, if you want to call in the troll, y'all not doing anything because we still going to continue our discussion when you get hung up on. Like, yo. I mean, the reason why I was asking about the Verb battle was because, you know, a lot of people now are saying that, you know, they talking about a rematch with him, Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was asking about that.
I think him and Verb deserve a rematch just based off it was only 2 rounds. Like it was a good, like it's how do you judge that battle?
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? Because it was in St. Louis, so of course Verb had the crowd. I won't be no fucking slouch. Like second round probably was like one of the best second rounds to this day, except for maybe Loaded Luck's second round was on first verse against Calico. But as far as like second rounds, like that fucking Verb and Hollow went bananas in that battle. Like, for people that don't watch that or haven't seen that, go see that and go check out Rich Dollar's face in the background. Just don't even look at the battle. Watch Rich Dollar's the whole fucking battle. You just go, it's a fight. Like, it's no way to judge that battle, and it's like that was Verb at his hungriest, and that's still, Hollow ain't really changed. That's Hollow. He was in his bag. He was talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that one, because a lot of people don't know about it or don't, you know, haven't really watched Street Status enough to know that battle is out and that you can go see that battle, that it should be a rematch. Definitely. Just, you know what I mean? Just because a lot of, like, the new fans, they deserve to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, and I think that'll bring the best out of Verb. You would get another Verb. Like, he ain't taking enough shit serious. I think if he, accept a battle where he think he gonna die, he gonna have to bring that shit. And he calling out Loaded Lux right now. Like, Verb gotta win every battle he takes right now. So that battle, I think, will be fire.
That's the thing that, for me, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I mean, why? Why should Hollow battle Verb? For what? Okay, the battle, some had a moments, but at the end of the day, like Big Cannon said in the battle with Charlie Clips, at the end of the day, you only show up when it's time to battle stars or whatever the case it was. At the end, it should be, a little bit more of someone taking things seriously. At the end of the day, what does Hollow have to gain by battling Verb? This is somebody who's strategic.
But I mean,
exactly.
if you watch that battle, like if you had to pick somebody, Hollow didn't win.
Hold on.
That's in my opinion.
Hold on. I gotta hold on. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting y'all, but PR, you still on the line?
Yeah, I'm still on the line.
All right, PR, I have a 407. Bring that caller on the line, please. Thank you.
And it was a good thing. It was easier to go through the part of your life.
I'll do it. 407, you're on live.
No. Okay, you about to get my number out. What up, though?
Hi, Booby. Everybody, it's Hollow the Dog. All right, I'm muting all y'all now. Hollow on the line. It's going to be me and Ken. Everybody, Formula 51 presents Hollow the Dog. Yes, King, how are you?
Man, I'm maintaining, just trying to get my way out this maze. I was using this GPS. That's why I called a little late.
No, that's fine. You called. That's what's important.
I'm out in Houston right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, it's an honor, and I'm humbled. We have you on. You said you piggybacking off of you. In regards to what it is that you want to talk about tonight. We were just going into our. I had an introduction about you in regards to my. I'm gonna say. Just my.
Okay, what they were saying, what they was talking about.
No, it was me. We were piggybacking.
We talking about everything, man. First of all, man, like my co-host just said, it's a pleasure to have you on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely, trying to build. I mean, it's love for you to be on, bro. Like, you don't know what you're doing for us right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to take a quick minute out to shout you out, bro, and let you know that we definitely appreciate this shit, man. Because we do this for the fans, and the fact that you fucking with us is like something big. Like, this is big. I'm talking about big.
No doubt.
What I mean?
Let's get it.
We appreciate that for sure. So, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Lon. Kill that shit.
Now, in regards to the intro, I was just, I went back as far as, grind time. I mentioned the fact about your first battle because, a lot of niggas, when they, when they discuss things, a lot of people don't do their homework. Yeah, I said it, and I don't care who don't like it. They don't do their homework, and they equate, somebody's first battle to when they first picked up on the person. So I just mentioned the 2-on-2 battle you had with the Jump Off Battle League, and then the fact about the 17 million views. That shit crazy. So, just for me, I basically did the intro in regards to the journey. I use that word a lot when I build. I use that word a lot when I interview, you know what I'm saying? And just, the importance of, progression in what it is that we're doing now in Devon. So I basically was speaking about, the progression that you've had since then and now. And, the people that was on the line agreed with that, in regards to that.
Yeah, because most people don't see the journey. They just see the destination, and that's not just battle rap. In the entertainment world, period, that's why people sit and look like, oh, I could be Kevin Garnett or I could be Kobe, and this dude ain't all that, and, but you don't know what they put in, and you think they just, made it to where they made it by luck, but you don't know the sleepless nights. They don't know the countless hours put in by this artist or this athlete to get where they at. So you can never judge a man's position and say he don't deserve that. And like you said, most people don't do their history, and they just see where you at. They don't know, all the hard times when you wasn't popping and when nobody was fucking with you. They just see where you at now. So, that's how it go.
No, I totally agree. And then I also spoke about in regards to just being from Queens. I'm from Southside, you know what I'm saying? And then one of the other females that's on the line, you know what I'm saying, like we real tight, and she from Astoria. I got families, my brother Ty native Queens with. So I was just, speaking about just being from Queens. A lot of people don't know the dynamic of being from Queens. We just different. You understand what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You can look at all the artists that came from your Nori's, Prodigies, Nas, like none of them was sounding like nobody. They didn't come out, being like nobody. riding nobody's wave. We still lost? Oh. Yeah, so they didn't come out sounding like nobody or trying to be like nobody. And, to even extend that even more, Queens has the most icons, period, in rap history, from LL, Run DMC, 50, Nas. Like, it's just responsible for a lot in hip-hop. Russell Simmons from Def Jam, Rick Rubin, they from Queens. First major record label is Queens, you know what I'm saying? So Queens is responsible for a lot,
Just to chime in on that, the word responsible. So do you feel like that, as far as music and battle rap, it being your craft, do you feel like it's a responsibility to keep it coming anew, or to keep it to, like, as far as battle rap, to keep it to where it was, as far as them focusing on the bars and not the check? You know what I mean? Just to bring it back in perspective. Do you feel like it's a responsibility on your behalf, knowing that you're a role model and, this is your genre, to keep coming with shit to have the fans on 17 million views?
It's not just one person's responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility as a collective. You know what I'm saying? That's not a one-man task. Like, everybody, all the battle rappers, got to put in the effort towards, making sure that the culture and everything is where it's supposed to be. One man can't really do that. One man could maybe lead and show other battles and lead by example, but I don't think one man could change that.
Yeah, but no at the same time, because it's like, as fans and consumers, we look at the situation different. Like, if we not in it, then it's like we fucking with who hot, or we fucking with originality, or somebody that's, bringing it back to what the essence of battle rap or even music is about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it don't really, like, it wasn't a lot of leaders for the Lakers. It was Kobe. You get what I'm saying? Like, if one man can do it, but they can't at the same time. So I do understand your perspective.
No doubt.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because that's what I do in a good way. I think it's I had also mentioned in regards to someone had asked me what my favorite hollow battle was. My favorite hollow battle was Big T, but my favorite battle was versus Ilmac. That's my favorite battle. I love Grind Time Hollow. I love Hollow Period, but I love Grind Time Hollow. So in regards to just being strategic about how you pick your battles, was that something that, you set out to do, or was it something that, just you was like, I'm going to pick these battles according to what it is that I want? Because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, I was like that from day one. I just knew what I wanted. I had set goals. A lot of these battle rappers out here, just going from one battle to one battle, just like a person, living every day goes from check to check, you know what I'm saying, with no goal. If you work the same job, if you're working at a job, you're going to be working the same job 20, 25 years. If you have no goals and you ain't set nothing out for yourself, you're just going to go check to check. And I feel like, that's what a lot of battlers do, and not to really knock them or say I'm better than them. But that ain't what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I had a little different outlook on things. I had more of a goal, and I had a way of strategizing it rather than just, trying to get money or just, I was trying to build a brand through LOM and, trying to be the best, So I think I had different goals from a lot of other cats who was just out here trying to just get paper or just get hot for their music,
I understand that. Kev? We on borrowed time. Okay, so it's just me and you now, Hollow. My co-host has to go back to work.
No,
okay?
I'm still here. I just was, I had to take care of a couple of things. But as far as any battle that you feel like you didn't win, what battle would you say that was? Because, I don't see you having any clear losses, but we have a lot of discussions about all your battles. So did you walk away from any battle feeling like that you lost?
In the building, maybe, but I've never watched a battle back on camera and felt like I lost. I might have felt like that battler did something better than me. Like with the Arsenal battle, I felt like he had better performance. I'm going to just name any close battle that people have ever said I lost. With the Verb battle, I felt like he rapped way longer than me. I can't even say out-strategized because we really just got bullied into the situation because it was just me and Rich. So, he rapped longer than me, and he had a great performance too. But, you know, it's just certain stuff that a battler could do different. You know what I'm saying? I've never felt like I lost. I feel like a loss is like a, you know, the only clear loss I feel is Arsenal, and that's because he super outperformed me. But, you know, a loss is like something that's clear to everybody. I feel like a loss is like T-Rex versus Charlie Clips. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of a loss.
Definitely. No, we just wanted to pick your brain, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to know, you know what I mean, like how you feel about the shit. All we do is sit back and talk about Hollow. It's your turn now. The floor is yours, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, man, with wins and losses, like I said, if it's a super clear loss, you're going to know it because the general consensus is going to say that. And with me, I've never felt like I had that, except for and even with the Arsenal battle, I still feel like I won the third round. But nah, it's not no battle I feel like I lost, but I'm sure it's a lot of people out there felt like I lost battles, which is why they got comments and everything else, you know, for people to state what they feel.
Maybe on the East Coast, the West Coast, we got you as the GOAT right now.
Oh, that's love, man. I just came from LA. That's love, man. I was getting a lot of love.
I'm actually Oakland, California, man. Joe Clark capital, man. You know what I'm saying? So
talk to him.
I don't know if you ain't gonna remember our tweet conversations from years ago, but I used to tweet you about Joe Clark all the time, man. So you know what I mean? Shout out to LOM. You know what I mean? We do that. We do that out here. Clothes, shirts, all that. Rub Nitty ain't the only person wearing LOM.
Nah, that's facts.
Okay, wait a minute.
I get a lot of orders from out there.
Somebody got their radio on or something like that. Smack me back. It's phone or something.
I'm good. I'm in chill mode. I ain't no radios on my end.
Maybe it's my headset. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, we back.
No, that was
that no more either.
So
that was you.
Okay. No, I'm going to play devil's advocate. You know, from now on these days, as far as just performance, that battle with Arsenal was rigged. I don't give a fuck. That battle was rigged.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, but, you know, he definitely had the performance. You know, that's the only thing I could say where I lacked in was performance-wise that night. You know what I'm saying? That he did great at. But other than that, behind the scenes, you know, everybody know how they switch my opponent or, you know, how Fight Club did all that extra shit. And I feel like they did the same thing with Jen and Serious Jones and a lot of battles where you be like, damn, why did that nigga get destroyed like that? And you don't even know the behind-the-scenes shit, you know?
Right. Correct. I totally agree. But, you know, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. You know, for me, I felt the golden eras of battle rap, in my opinion. You know, I'm a old head, and I watch, you know, just with the LO crew and just going into grind time and things like that. But in regards to battle rap, for me being the golden era was in 2008, like 2008, I'm going to say. But no one for me changed. You know, like I said, I follow a lot of battlers, but for me, I stopped in regards to certain dynamic with them because it wasn't no progression. You know, like I said, it's about anything endeavors, whether it be job, hustle, or whatever the case may be. You know, in regards to progression. You know, and I clearly see the progression in you. But in 2008, for me, it was like the dynamic totally changed when you battle Goods. Now, in regards to just Gnome One for me was the best Gnome ever. Yeah, I said it. And that battle, it seems like every battle with you is something else that is introduced. A lot of people don't pick up on it, but I do. And in that battle, I picked up on, you know what I'm saying, just the dynamic of the rebuttal, but on top of that, rebuttaling within a round. Like, that's something that nobody does. Can you speak about that? Nobody does that.
The difficult level is high on that. You know, it's very high.
Yes, and just, you know, watching that, and then, you know, another dynamic, you know, the whole freestyle. You know, for me, I come from an era where, and I always say this on my show, I come from an era, you know, being from Southside and watching niggas in the cypher, watching niggas, you know, freestyling off the top, and then when somebody came with a written, they was getting kicked out the park. Now it's reversed to where everybody got a right, and then somebody that freestyle is frowned upon. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
All facts.
Yeah, the game, the flip-flop, you know, it done changed. But I feel like if you still can freestyle at a high level, which is very hard to do, you know, on the stage where somebody's coming with writtens, But if you can still freestyle on a high level, you could get the crowd on your side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats be trying to freestyle just to explain something to somebody, you know, just to, like, try to debunk whatever the person said. If they said, oh, your baby mom said you slapped her, they were about to be like, she didn't say I slapped her. I've never touched her. And it won't be like no bar to it. It just be them trying to explain what a nigga just said. So, you know, if you could do it at a high level, you know, with bars in it and shit like that, I still think it could get respected, you know?
I agree. Can I ask Hollow the Dawn how he feels about the state of battle rap now?
You said ask me?
I'm saying, can I ask Hollow the Dawn how does he feel about the state of battle rap now?
Oh, yeah, the state. I mean, honestly, I gotta think about that one, huh? Ponder second. Okay, let's go. All right, so the state of battle rap pretty much is at a place now, I feel, where it's at a standstill. You know, they don't know if it's gonna go up or down. You know, it could go in any direction. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of lost right now. And it's a lot of reasons. It's not no one reason you could say. It's a lot of reasons you could say. But I think it's mainly on the next generation really to carry the torch, because, you know, it's going to get to a point where all the top tiers and everybody who's been around battled each other. You know, they done showed you what they had. Now it's time for the new generation to come in and carry the torch. So as long as the new generation carry the torch right and they turn up, I feel like, you know, the Hollows, Lux, Hitmans, Mooks, Burbs, you know, all that. We done did everything we could.
So we had a discussion earlier on before you called in regards to I'm gonna say this. I say, and this is me saying it, and I don't care who don't like it. I said that in my opinion, in regards to just the, you know, saying starting and ending the Alpha and Omega, which I call you of it, not having to battle anybody. You got a lot of people saying, you know, oh, he got to battle this person, he got to battle that person. How do you even feel about that? You know, like they got names like Rematch with Verb, Arsenal, and that you got to battle Mook. And I'm like, well, he's not going to, in my opinion, I don't feel that you're going to battle somebody that you feel that you don't have to. I don't think you don't have to battle anybody anymore. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, the words we're using here is got to and have to. I don't got and have to do nothing but die. Like, that's the only thing problem. Like, I don't have to do shit. But I understand where they coming from. You know, that's what's suggested. But, you know, I feel like my spot is solidified, like a Verb rematch. I did that. Arsenal, I did that. You know, it's a lot of cats where, you know, they want me to, I think, fix up, you know, the errors in my resume. Oh, you didn't clearly be Verb. You didn't clearly be Arsenal. But that don't mean I got to go back and do it. You know, that was just a position in my career, you know, where I was moving up and I was learning still. I don't have to prove that I'm better than them now just because they gave me a challenge back then. That's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a challenge to this day, like Arsenal's not a challenge to me right now. That's why I want to take Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm only taking challenges, like, and I feel like it's only 1 or 2 challenges out there, if that. And, you know, other than that, you know, I think the next generation should carry the torch. I don't want to sit here and be one of them dudes that's still battling 5 years from now and still trying to, you know, take out of other niggas' pockets. You know, I'd rather, you know, be like the Julius Erving sitting there commentating.
Correct. I agree. I had made a comment in regards to, I said the same thing you said. You know, I said that, you know, if there's nothing to gain overall, that it doesn't make sense. But I mentioned Shotty Horror name. Like, you know, a lot of people were saying back earlier this year in regards to Lux, they compare him to, they call him the Lux of the UK. But I just said about maybe a little while ago that it would be him, Lux, going into London or UK and just battling. That's what I would just see, just him battling. But you to battle him, you know, I could see you going there taking that whole crowd, and that, you know, that would be something to gain because you battled in London when you battled Pat the first time. You know, it was a split crowd. You know, time allotment wasn't on y'all side, and to go into UK and take that crowd and just fit in would be, you know, I would see that, you know, but that's the only person I called out. I ain't seen nobody else there.
Yeah, no, I mean, Shotty would be a good match, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you're never really going to gain full respect from people. You're never really going to have everybody say you're number one. You know, you're never really going to, it's always going to be people that say, oh, I don't think he's number, you know, so it's like at one point it gets to a point like, you know, what are you doing it for? You know, what is there to really gain if, you know, it's always going to be somebody that says you're trash. It's always going to be somebody that says you're overrated. You know, you just got to do what you want. You know, that's the point I'm at. You know, I do what I want now. For a while I did what the fans wanted, I feel, probably up until the Lux battle. And, you know, after the Lux battle, that's when I made the decision to do what I want from then on. You know what I'm saying? I still pay attention to what the fans say. But, you know, I got to do what I want, you know, what makes me happy. Oh, okay, let's not die now. I almost died. It's all good. It's just a life. You know, but nah, we driving. But
be safe.
Yeah, so I can't really prove nothing no more. It gets to a point where it's like, you know, if I just locked in a battle next week, you know, with Baby Bash, you know, people be like, Baby Bash or Body Hollow. I give it to, you know, it's no matter who I battle. I can battle with Little Romeo. It's going to be people that's going to say I'm going to lose. You know, you never get that full respect from everybody. So now to a point I either do it for fun, you know, or it's just, you know, to get my brand right or to get my paper right. One of the three.
Right, I agree. So in regards, I'm going to fast forward to because, you know, borrowed time, I'm borrowing from you now. In regards to, you know, the upcoming match with Pat, you know, the rematch, I'm going to say, the rematch with Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all both agree to battle again because y'all might have felt it was, you know, something just wasn't fair about the battle in London? It was a great battle. For me, it was too short. You know, the time alignment was like, huh? Like, I looked down, I looked up, it was over. And I'm like, come on, son. You know, so did y'all both agree to rematch each other? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, was that one of the catalysts? You know, the time and then just not.
Well, yeah, I actually, after I did the one round in London, I planned to leave it there. I was cool with leaving it there. Like, I wasn't going to rematch him at all. It wasn't until I seen the feedback from the one round and how many people really enjoyed it. And I'm sitting on 2 more rounds for him. So I'm like, why not? I feel like it would almost be selfish not to just give out these rounds. You know, I'm like, you know, take these other 2. So all I had to do is make another first round and revamp these 2 rounds, you know, which is nothing, you know, so I finessed it, you know what I'm talking about? So as soon as I did that, you know, I was ready to go. Like I just put, you know, another bullet in the chamber for the ball and I'm ready to go. So it was just like finishing, you know, like Beasley said, unfinished business. You know, it's just some shit like that. You know, I just had to finish that real quick since I already had shit left for him.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to make my way up there. That's going to be something that, you know, on just the more length of time, the more rounds, you know what I'm saying? And then just the fact that, you know, he's Canada's GOAT, you know what I'm saying, and the GOAT, you know what I'm saying, over here. So for me, it'll be, you know, worth it. So, you know, that's basically, you know, a lot of people want to see this, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, in regards to just, you know, it's not a lot of, it's so much positive feedback, you know what I'm saying, from this battle, you know what I'm saying, the first battle and then just the rematch. You know, sometimes you may hear a lot of melancholy when it comes to a rematch, oh, what's this and what's that, but I don't hear any of that. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be something that's going to be epic as well. So I just want to ask you some questions about your May 15th. Some questions about your music because you're an artist too. What's going on with, you know, what's up next for that? Because over here in the Bardock, you know what I'm saying, I do support all underground, especially niggas from Queens.
Hello?
That's something I've been doing.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm on the phone with the right people. You said I'm an artist?
Are you? Yeah. A musician, artist?
I'm an artist. I'm not a musician, though. I don't make music no more.
Right. Why not?
I hung that bag up. That thing wasn't looking too good.
Wow.
My music is crap. I had to hang that bag up. So now I'm just a clothing designer / battle rapper.
Okay.
That's
all
my,
right. So
yeah, that's my titles now. Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. I got beats, though.
Oh, okay. You know that. So in regards to the endeavors and the clothing line, yeah, definitely take it up. I hit you up like maybe 2 months ago. There was an LOM Henley that was online with the socks. It disappeared. I needed it. Was green, was white, had green sleeves, and the socks was green and yellow. I need that. I need you to find that because women. It was a LOM Henley that was on the website. It was white. It had green sleeves. And it had the socks to match. I need that. It was for women, too. It was a while back. Maybe about 3 months ago.
Okay, yeah. I got to take care of you on that.
I don't care how much it costs, whatever the case may be. Definitely need that. I mean, I'm a fan. I wear Henleys. I love them. You know, green and yellow is my favorite colors. So in regards to just the clothing line, it's definitely something that's global. Like I said earlier, you know, you took the, you know what I'm saying, an idea, the name, the click, and turned it into, you know what I'm saying, profitable and global. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I just wanted to push the LOM movement. I never really imagined it being like a brand or really, you know, starting my own company as far as the clothing line and really going serious about it. But that's where I took it. So now it's just becoming like bigger than I ever imagined because, like I said, I really didn't even imagine it being nowhere. So it's definitely taken off. You know, I go to events now, or I even see pictures from events with people wearing it that I'm not even bailing at. You know, people hit me, I was just at South by Southwest. I'm seeing people wearing it. So, you know, it's just getting branded, and it's just all about expanding, and I really appreciate it. Whoever want to support us, lomclothing.com. We're definitely trying to put up new designs for the spring, drop these tank tops and these shorts and shit. And just keep it moving, man. It's all about pushing the LOM message, loyalty over money, but that's first and foremost where I started. I never really planned on making money from it, but now that I did, you know, it's a blessing at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely is. All right, Kev, we're going to wrap it up with Hollow because we on borrowed time from him, and I'm honored for the time that he offered me tonight. So my co-host, he should be on the line. Kev, you there?
Nah, he got out of there.
Yeah, he on the line because I just refreshed it. Okay, I have my PR. Okay, my PR is somebody that you know, when it comes to, he's the one that does the flyers. He's the one that, you know, reaches out to every exclusive that you know we've ever done over here. So he's from Queens too. He's from Southside. So he want to ask you something. PR, you on the line?
It's a Queens.
And then I got one more question from Terrence, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's a Queens thing. Yo, salute, Hollow. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yo, I'm just gonna mention this right in front of 99th Street, Powers Gym. I met you on the Humble, and I said, "Yo, my man, you know who you look like?" And you actually told me who you look like because that's actually who you were. Do you remember? You remember that day?
Yeah.
My man, right there on 99th Street, right around the corner from 57 Avenue.
Yeah, that's where I was living. I was living right there on 100th and 50 in Queenswood.
Yeah, you see? Bars right there. Girl. Like, I seen you on the Humble, and I was like, yo, you look like a battle rapper, and you was like, yo.
I said, Hollow the Dawn.
Yeah, that's me right there. And I was shocked. You know what I mean? I've always been appreciative of everything you have done.
That's love, bro. That's love.
I just want to say thank you for giving back, coming back to humble beginnings. This is Queens.
Yes, sir.
We have Lundy. She's been doing her radio thing for the longest, like 3 years. 3 years. Her individually, her holding it down. She's been doing it. You understand?
Man, the grind don't stop. It's well respected.
And we thank you. We thank you for you realizing and you just connecting. It's a Queens thing. You know what I mean? Like,
no doubt. Definitely held it down.
I listen to my Prodigy. I listen to my old school Mobb Deep. I listen to my son's favorite song is Hollow to Khan.
Oh, that's
remember
dope.
that song?
That's dope.
Yo, my son's favorite, and I gave it to him when he was little. He's older now. However, those bars live with him, and since, we on here right now. It's
a huge moment right there. Hollow the Calm, produced by Alchemist. That was a huge moment.
Yo, it was a big song, and even the youth, Even the babies, they appreciate it. That's all I'm just saying, because you was well ahead of your time, and you still going to be well ahead of your time. It's a Queens thing. However, we just thank you for just being right here in the galaxy of Queens, and just holding us down, and just thank you.
We're going to fight. We are so going to fight PR. All right. Thank you, PR. We're going to fight PR. Hollow, I got a question from my homegirl from Astoria. She just want to know, do you still own Psycho Live?
Oh, man, you know, it's not going nowhere. LOMclothing.com. Go get you a Psycho Live shirt. Where's she from in Astoria?
She on the line. She's on the line.
Oh, okay. That's what up.
Yeah. But, one more thing. Yeah, shout out to your brief over there at LG. LG, that's where I'm from. LG, I'm from Southside. My people's just from LG. But me seeing you out there, I've seen you so many places.
Shout out LG all day, every day. Yeah, I'm real nomadic. You know, I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. You know what I'm saying? Shout out AQ, shout out Left Rag, shout out Murdoch, Murdoch. You know, I lived all over Queens. Shout out Woodhaven, Richmond Hill. It don't stop. I lived everywhere in Queens. But, yeah, you know, shout out H-Town. That's where I'm at now. That's my second home. Shout out Florida. That's where I live now. See, I get everywhere, man. I'm just like that. But that's true. So, yeah, shout out LG, too, though, because that's how we started it. LG, what up?
But yeah, like I said, in regards to just everything, you know, I put you in a, you know, I have my favorites. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you know, for me, it's beyond when it comes to just like I said, you know, starting off at the alpha and then ending as the alpha and omega. Everything, you know, for me, it's about the you know, overall, as far as battle rap's concerned, about progression. But you know, for every battle you take, about being an overall battler. Better battler, and every battle that you know that you had, you know, in my opinion, you know, there ain't no clear losses at all, you know what I'm saying, but just watching, you know, the overall performance, the overall better battler, and that's what it's about, and that's the blueprint that people need to take notice to. You know, for now it's like people, you know, they pushing a preference on. I'm so sick of these new niggas with their preference. You know, they shoving it down your throat, and it's like they hate when you don't agree with them, you know, and at the end of the day.
But you said it earlier, you know, it's the new fans with no knowledge. You know, you can't really argue with somebody that don't know the knowledge. You know, they're just speaking off what they recently seen. You know, they don't know the knowledge. They sitting here arguing with you about a battler when this battler is up there reusing lines that another battler said, you know, in one of the first Smack events. You know, this battler, you know, they might be bigging up this battler, and he's using lines X Factor said, and he's using lines this person said, but, you know, they don't know that because they didn't watch Smack 5-6 years ago. They just started watching 2-3 years ago. So they don't even know their favorite battle rapper's a thief. You know?
Right.
That's how it goes.
I agree.
You know? Lack of knowledge. That's why people with knowledge can't even argue with somebody with lack of knowledge. It's like, what's the argument here? You know?
Yes, beautifully worded. I go through that every day as an earth, and everybody try to test my knowledge, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Go have a seat. You know, it's about, you know, just as far as battle rap, it's you know, you can't enjoy and or at least for me, you can't enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the present, and you don't know anything about the past, you know. And yeah, but then you calling people old heads, and they trying to let you school you, because like I always say, you know, I'm an old head, and I didn't been where you at. You need to talk to me, because I didn't already know where you coming. You about to walk through it. I didn't already been there. So, you know, regardless of battle rap, it's the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So just in regards to just your journey and everything, for me, it's been perfection. You know, people be like, oh, you only fuck Wallo because he's from Queens. Not even about that. That's just a star on top of that. But just the fact about just doing what you set out to do, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, being strategic and just being, you know, well calculated. That word calculated and unpredictable when it comes to just everything, and being different. You know what I'm saying, and being the best at it is something that people need to take notes on. You know what I'm saying? So that's me going to always say that. You know, I'm going to always give props. I don't care who think about what I say, because ain't nobody going to take that from me. But that's me saying that about you and, you know, what it is that you got going on. But like I said,
I appreciate the recognition. That's the word. I appreciate you recognizing.
Yes, of course. But Kev, I mean, we can wrap up with Hollow because we on borrowed time with him. So Kev, you back online now?
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all can hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Kev, we can hear you.
I'm like, damn, I've been trying to get in for like 10 minutes. What the fuck?
You've been online, B.
I ain't really got much more. Only question I really had was, Hollow said a lot about passing the torch and not being greedy. So as far as that being said, what are your endeavors after battle rap? Do you see yourself owning the league? Do you see yourself taking battlers under your wing to make them take their craft serious? Or, just what's next for Hollow the Don?
Well, as far as for me, myself, my personal is trying to just get more wiser on the business side of things for whatever endeavors I have. Right now it's just the clothing line and my nonprofit organization, LOM Help, that I started, but I'm obviously trying to expand further than that. That's why I'm trying to learn more about the business. But as far as battle rap, after I feel I'm done, is just trying to sponsor battle rappers to wear my clothing line, and just giving advice, outside of battle rap. Most of the stuff I do won't be televised and it won't be, heard about, but it'll be behind the scenes. Like, I'm not going to try to, give nobody advice in front of nobody. I do this shit, in a modest way. So, I'm going to definitely be having my hand in and helping. It's just you probably won't see or hear about it because it'll be behind the scenes,
Yeah, definitely. That's respect. I heard him doing a lot of talking and representing Queens, and you know what I'm saying, I got love for y'all. That's the East Coast. Y'all do that. Y'all all got a connection, but I'm repping Oakland. I'm out here by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got love for you out here, bro. We fuck with LOM. We've been with the Hollow the Don movement. So, you know what I mean? From my coast to the East Coast to Houston to Florida to wherever you at, my nigga. You know what I mean? We wish you the best in all your endeavors. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting out fresh shit, stay authentic, and keep being a real nigga, man. 100.
That's true. Always and forever.
Yes. Well, May 15th, I'll see you May 15th. I'll make my way up there.
Yeah, man. Make sure you pull up. No huggies.
There you go. It's bar. Hey, we don't give out free bars on the air. Not with Hollow the Don. They don't get that. They got to tune in to get this shit.
No, but
they got to
tune in, man. It's too many bars. They just fly out.
Yeah.
I'm already knowing.
But I just want to say that this is what I want to say genuinely. I appreciate the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you jumped on my platform, you know what I'm saying. I've been, like I said, I've had so many exclusives and this is epic. This is like, like just so epic. Just building with you, period. You know what I'm saying, on air, you know what I'm saying? And just for me being a female, I gotta fight for this respect, you know what I'm saying? And so it's an honor, you know what I'm saying, and I appreciate you for taking your time, which is borrowed, to come on, you know what I'm saying, and bless Formula 51 with just this little chat that we've had with you, you know what I'm saying. We summed it up in enough, you know what I'm saying. Like, Hollow is my goal. Everybody that know that, you know what I'm saying. I don't care what they think or whatever the case may be, but I just support genuine, you know what I'm saying, artistry, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that someone's passionate about and someone that makes do with their borrowed time in this realm on earth, you know what I'm saying. So salute to you, King.
Love.
Yes, I call people King. And, you already let the people know. So in regards to just your social media, if that would, you don't want to be on there like that. But, in regards to the clothing line, just let the people know the clothing line, because I definitely going to be looking for that Henley. I'm not playing.
I mean, all they got to know is, I said LOMclothing.com from now on,
okay.
Just May 15th. Tell them pull up. Tell them check out the festivities.
All right, we need Instagram handles, we need Twitter handles. I mean, what are you doing, man? We make the people support this shit. You ain't out here for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
May 15th, man. Tell them ask about me, man. Tell them talk nice to me when they see me. May 15th.
That's that quick shit.
I got a quick question real quick, Hollow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Chance. I forgot he wanted to ask you something. I'm sorry.
I'm still here, baby. I'm still here. I'm back like cooked crack. Holla back. Pete, Hollow, first and foremost, I really appreciate you jumping on the line, man. I live down south. I live in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all this Queen shit. I'm from Brooklyn, so respect to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
I've been a fan for a long time. I love your involvement in battle rap, and I was, against the grain when I don't think you have to battle Mook. My personal opinion, though, is I really think that you should battle him. And my thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, like, if you look back at Smack DVD and everything like that, when you used to have to battle on the spot or whatever the case is, Mook was the one who changed that to where he would, postpone battles and write for dudes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I fucking always hated Dot Mob. I swear my daughter. But, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a whole bunch of dick riding and all of that, but they still got bars, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at it, you know what I'm saying, it actually changed battle rap forever. So that's what I respect it. It's like a whole Diddy situation. But my thing is, the reason why I feel, not that you got to battle Mook, I think that you should, though. One, for the culture, and two, you know what I'm saying, I really just want to see him just get murdered, you know what I'm saying, on that type of level. I love how you broke down Lux, man. Me and my homeboy, we still go back and forth because I clearly gave it to you. You know, with battle rap, you can win off of bars, you can win off of rebuttals, haymakers.
Exactly, performance, all type.
It was just all versatile, and I just love how you just broke him down. Like, it was a bar fest, but you just really broke his whole style down.
I mean, and the thing I always point out about the Lux thing is, you see, because I was in jail when Summer Madness 2 happened, and then me and Lux didn't battle another year or so before that. I don't know why. I always say this. Why wasn't nobody calling Lux out then? Why didn't Mook battle Lux then? He had the biggest performance, Summer Madness 2. Why didn't Clips call him out then? Why wasn't they like, nobody was calling this guy out until they seen me battle him? And I felt like I laid the blueprint from all these dudes that feel comfortable enough to start calling them out. Mook was riding his dick the whole time after Summer Madness 2, saying how good he was, doing freestyles with him. Lux is another type of amazing creep. And, after they see me battle him, then you can't find a video of Mook Clips that they like calling out Lux before I battle. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if y'all can find a video of any of them calling them out before.
Nah, you're not wrong, but he stole your angles to beat Lux too. Everybody know that. Well, the people that really know that's true. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't like it.
But I really Mook could beat his death date. He'll meet his death date, whether it's me or somebody else, but hopefully it's me.
That's all I wanted. Also, I did a blog, right? I battle rap blogs or whatever. I live for this shit, right? And I did a blog with you versus Tay-Rock, right? And the blog basically was asking, the fans if Tay-Rock was ready for you or whatever the case is, and if he, I consider Tay-Rock a top 10 now. If he wanted to do, in his class, so to speak, that you wouldn't mind giving a shot to.
What's the question, though?
The question is, I did a blog on you versus Tay-Rock, and the question was basically, with somebody in his in his group or his peer, would you give him a shot, being how he's pretty much got his career intact right now, and how he's pretty much getting at any and everybody that he wants to get to. You think that he has what it takes, to get in the ring with you, or would you even, give somebody like Tay-Rock a shot?
Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely got what it takes, that's for sure. Tay-Rock is an animal at what he do. Now, would I give him a shot? I can't really answer that, but that's just another part of the question. Like, I don't really know if I would give him a shot right now, just because I'm focused on once this Pat State thing is done. If it ain't like probably Mook, then I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna really do another battle. So I'm trying to figure it out. Honestly, on my position, it's not even about Tay-Rock. It's about if I'm gonna do another battle, who I'm aiming for.
I really hope you kill Mook on the Summer Madness. I really hope it's on the Smack stage too, because that's where the era is. And I really, no debating. And to be blatantly honest, my number one battler in the world is Cassidy. I think he'll eat all y'all. That's just my personal opinion. But when you put somebody like you up against dudes like Mook and Cassidy, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And you really showed that against Lux, and that's where I took off when it came to you. You know what I'm saying? I really fucked with you against the Pat State battle. Like, you just do it effortlessly, and I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Good looking.
We appreciate Hollow here. All right, we cutting it now because he got to go and so do I. I got to work. I got to go to school and I got to go to work. But like I said, I got to give my little send-off. Thank you so much, Hollow the Dawn, for, like I said, building with me and building with us over here at Formula 51. Congratulations on everything that you have achieved and everything that you will achieve. I'll see you on the 15th. You know what I'm saying? And peace and blessings, and thank you once again. I just sent you a kite in regards to the interview, okay?
All right.
Okay. Thank y'all. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. All right. We're going to let Hollow go now because he got to go, okay?
Lean with it, baby. Lean with it.
Thank you, Hollow the Dawn.
Thank you. 100.